Hello and welcome to the Black Entrepreneur Blueprint Show. I am your host, Jay Jones. Black Entrepreneur Blueprint was created specifically to educate and inspire Black entrepreneurs to launch, build, and grow successful businesses. Join us as we help build an economic power base in the Black community by promoting business ownership. If you are currently an entrepreneur or want to be an entrepreneur, we invite you to join us every week here at Black Entrepreneur Blueprint.
Welcome to the Black Entrepreneur Blueprint, episode number 353. I'm your host, Jay Jones, and today we have another outstanding and informative show in store for you. Today's show topic is how to sell 2 pieces of paper for $24.99 and create passive income. How to sell 2 pieces of paper for $24.99 and create passive income. Now, I know this sounds like a crazy show title, but I want to give you guys a case study of how I bought 2 pieces of paper for $24.99, and I'm happy and glad that I did because it truly helped me with one of my new businesses. Now, before we get to today's show, I just want to share a few things with the Black Entrepreneur Blueprint family. First and foremost, I want to welcome all first-time listeners to Black Entrepreneur Blueprint. Welcome to the BEB family. Please stick around until the end of today's broadcast, and I'm going to share all my social media contact information and my resource links, such as the link to my new book, A New Black Wall Street, Circulating the Black Dollar Worldwide by Building Successful eCommerce Businesses. Also, 2 platforms I've created to help circulate dollars in the worldwide Black economy, BeSmartByBlack.com and HireBlackFreelancers.com. And also my new rebranded, rebooted Black Entrepreneur Blueprint Academy, where all my online courses and trainings are at BEBacademy.com. Now, let's get ready for today's show. Now, this show is going to be a little shorter than normal, but it's going to be right to the point, and I think it's some valuable information that any entrepreneur or current business owner can use to help create passive income and increase and exponentially grow your sales. So once again, today's show topic is how to sell 2 pieces of paper for $24.99 and create passive income. So today I want to talk about how I bought 2 pieces of paper for $24.99 and how you can create the same scenario to build passive income. And when I found out what I purchased was only 2 pages, the first thing I thought about was, man, this is crazy. But as I started looking at the content or the information on the pages, I found out that it was really worth it, and I'm glad that I did purchase it. So we're going to talk about that whole concept, and we're going to talk about the system that was created around it. But let me give you a little backstory so you'll understand what I'm talking about. So if you've listened to the podcast for a while, you probably heard me mention about my new hot sauce line. I'm also creating an additional seasoning and spice line to go along with the hot sauce line. And so as I start doing my research for building my spice business, I'm all set with the hot sauce, my manufacturing and everything like that. But I wanted to add this spice and seasoning line, and I hadn't had much experience with that. So I started doing some research, calling people, talking to people. And in the process of my research, I found this YouTube channel. It was about a guy, I forgot the name of the channel, but it's making money online with the food business. That's the concept of the channel. And one of the videos he had on there was a spice business, how to make money in the spice business. So that was perfect for what I was looking for. Now, I want to let you guys know, I always talk about creating content. Now, this guy has over 800 videos on YouTube about the food business and how to make money in the food business. And obviously he's been doing this for about 10 to 12 years. So nobody expects you to put that many YouTube videos up or create that type of content, immediately. But we're going to talk about the content and how it actually played out and helped him make these sales. And so anyway, I purchased this PDF download because I'm looking for a co-packer for my seasoning, my spice and seasoning business. And so you can either private label, manufacture yourself, or get a co-packer. And let me just go through the difference real quick between co-packers and private label manufacturers. So private label manufacturers are manufacturers that produce their own product and allow you to put your label on their product. So for example, if somebody had a line of waffles, frozen waffles, right? You heard of Eggo waffles, obviously, which is probably the most prominent frozen waffle brand. Say Kellogg's, who manufactures Eggo waffles, says, you know what? You want to create your own line of private label waffles? You can go ahead and put the J. Jones waffles out. Same product, different packaging, and then you do the marketing. So that's private label. Co-packing is when you go to a manufacturer and you create your own waffles, or you create, in my instance, you create your own spices and seasonings, your own blends. So it's not something that they already do. This is your specific formulation. So with my hot sauces, these are my formulations that I go to my co-packer with. Hey, this is what goes in. These are the ingredients. I need you guys to make it. I need you guys to bottle it, and I need you to label it for me under my brand. But it's my ingredients and my formulations. So that's the difference between a private label manufacturer and a co-packer. And so with my spice and seasoning business, I'm trying to determine, do I create a small manufacturing, a mini manufacturing business where I buy my seasonings in bulk, I mix the seasonings, I fill the packaging, I do all the label work and get it out the door? Or do I go to a co-packer, somebody that's going to take my mixes and do everything for me? Here's my formulation. Here's my different products. They're going to mix it, fill the jars, cap them, slap my label on it. Okay. So I just wanted to give you guys a background on exactly what I'm talking about. So now I'm looking for co-packers for my spice and seasoning line. And then during one of the videos, he's talking about, oh yeah, if you're interested in starting your own spice business, I have a list of verified and vetted co-packers that can help you do it. And I'm like, oh man. And he says that he's used some of these in his business. So I'm like, man, I've been going through looking at all these different co-packers. And I'm telling you, if you just Google co-packers for any product, say barbecue sauce co-packers, they're going to be hundreds, thousands of them on the web. And it's almost like you don't know where to start unless somebody gives you a frame of reference. And so what I said was, you know what? Let me go ahead and spend $24.99 to get this list. And what he had in the list was 20 questions you need to ask your co-packer and a list of verified co-packers for specific types of products. And so I bought it, and to my surprise, it literally was 2 sheets of paper. It was a PDF download with 2 sheets of paper. The first sheet of paper had the list of co-packers on it. The second sheet of paper actually had the 20 questions you need to ask the co-packer. And I started laughing to myself, but I'm like, you know what? That $24.99 was well spent, because subsequent to me getting that PDF download, I've actually contracted out with one of the co-packers to work with my seasoning and spice line. So it was well worth it, as opposed to me going through and trying to scan and vet out all these different co-packers, when somebody that's in the business, that's reputable in the business, has used and basically stamped his approval on these co-packers. So now that I've given you the background and the backstory about these 2 pieces of paper for $24.99, I want you to start to visualize, as we go through the show, how this process or this system or technique may be applicable for you, for your business. Okay. A lot of times I talk about trying to simplify things. I did a show a couple of weeks ago about stop making entrepreneurship so hard. So literally what this guy did was he created content, and we're going to get into all the steps. He created the content that was a solution to my problems, and he sold 2 pieces of paper that probably took him maybe 10 or 15 minutes to create. and sold it for $24.99. Digital product, which basically there's no cost. You create it one time and you continue to sell it. And the beauty of what he's doing is the content he creates is evergreen. So that video that I looked at on the spice business, I think was about a year and a half or almost 2 years old. So the content was out there. It was only a 14 minute video, but it was very concise. And you could tell he knew exactly what he was doing. And so once again, as I get into these different steps, think about how you may be able to institute this concept in your business. So first and foremost, there's 6 different things or steps that he did. So the first thing that he did was he identified the problem, solution, result, scenario. So if you've listened to the podcast for any amount of time, you guys know I always talk about problem, solution, result. The easiest way to sell a product or service is identify a problem, create a solution, which is your product or service, and then explain what the result is after they use your product or service. Problem, solution, result. And I'm going to go into my personal scenario and break that down. So identify a problem, your solution is the product or service, and the result is what happens after you use that product or service. So identify is number 1. Step or process number 2 is understand. So you need to understand that you're either selling one or 3 things. You're either selling transformation, you're saving people time, or you're saving people money. You're selling transformation, or saving people time, or saving people money, or a combination of the 3. It could be 1, 2, or 3 of the different things. So that's what you have to understand. So let me give you examples of each one. So selling transformation. So if you're in a weight loss program, right? You're taking these pills or you're doing these exercises or whatever the program is, and you're trying to transfer from heavy to slim or to be in shape, to be fit. That's a transformation. If you're looking to do e-commerce, that's what my Brand Builder Academy Elite program does. It's a transformational program. It takes you from zero to learning how to build an online brand, be it a physical or digital product. So that's selling transformation. The next thing that you have to understand is you can also sell people saving time. So if you need to know how to do something and it's going to take you too long to do it, then if there's a shortcut, somebody that can help save you time, then if it makes sense, and we'll talk about price and value in a minute, if it makes sense and you see the value, then you're going to do it as opposed to wasting time. You want to save time. And the other thing that you have to understand is you can possibly save people money. So if you're using a particular software to do your funnels or whatever, and there's another option out there with the same type of functionality that has the same type of once again, functionality, but also costs less, then if it makes sense to you, then you'll switch over to the new funnel builder. And that's actually something that I did. So I'll talk about that on a whole different episode. All right. So I left ClickFunnels and I went over to somewhere else that saved money and actually gives me more functionality. But that's a whole nother episode. So the first thing you want to do is identify the problem, solution, result, scenario. We went over that. Second thing is you need to understand you're either selling transformation, you're selling saving time, or you're selling saving money, or a combination of the two. And then I'm going to relate all of this to that 2 pieces of paper I bought as I go through the case study. But I want you to understand the steps first. So identify, understand, and the third one is recognize. Recognize the price versus value seesaw, right? Price is what you pay, value is what you get. Price is what you pay, value is what you get. And so based on what you're selling, those need to be aligned. So I use this example all the time. So if you heard it before, excuse me. But I'm going to use a Timex watch and a Rolex watch. All right. So if somebody comes up to you and says, hey, man, I'm going to sell you this nice Timex watch for $1,000, right? The price is $1,000, but what? The value doesn't meet or exceed that price. The way you perceive that value of that Timex is not at $1,000. It may be at $50, $100, or whatever. So you're not going to buy that Timex watch because the value is not there as it is associated with the price. Now, if somebody came up to you and said, "Yo, I got this nice Rolex for you, only $1,000, and it's a real Rolex," then you would probably jump on it because the value is more, it exceeds the actual price of the actual item. You value that more than the price you'll pay. So it's almost like a seesaw. If your price is higher than the value, people are not going to buy it. If your value is higher than the price, or perceived value is higher than the price, people will buy it. So once again, you need to recognize the price versus value seesaw. And we're going to tie all of this together. And remember, we're talking about how to sell 2 pieces of paper for $24.99 and create passive income. And these are the steps that this guy basically did in terms of getting me to buy 2 pieces of paper for $24.99. But I'm happy because the value to me outweighed the price. So the first step was identify. Second step was to understand. Third step was to recognize price versus value seesaw. Step number 4, the next step is create. Create relevant content for your prospects. Create relevant content for your prospects. Now, I told you guys that this guy has over 800 YouTube videos out on his channel. Once again, that's a tremendous amount of content, but he's been doing this for like 7 or 8 years online, but he's been in the food business making money, I think over 13 or 14 years. So this is somebody that has experience and they know what they're doing and they're creating quality content. So just that free content from the YouTube video I was talking about was great content. But, you know, I needed to save time and save money. And so I bought that, PDF download. All right. So once again, create relevant content for your prospects. And that content can look like different things for different people. It could be audio content. It could be video content. It could be written content. Whatever you're comfortable with in terms of creating content, that's what you need to do on a consistent basis. And we already talked about this before multiple times about treating your business as a media company, because when you can control media and can control a database, you'll always be able to make money. So your content, if you're a good writer, write blog posts, write white papers, write whatever you want to do, but you need to write. If you're good at speaking, you like to talk, podcasting or creating audio content is good also. If you're in the video, then create short video content. And the thing about his YouTube videos, they were nothing special. Probably were done on an iPhone or something like that. But the content that he had was excellent content. No great special effects, none of that. One of the videos I watched, he was standing in front of a brick wall and he was just talking. But the content was excellent. And so once again, creating relevant content for your prospects. So we talked about identifying the problem, the solution, result scenario. Understand that you're selling either transformation, saving people time, or saving people money. Recognize the price versus value seesaw. Create relevant content for your prospects. And the next one, which I believe is number 5, is give away. All right. And this is something that you guys have to understand too. So when I say give away, you give away the what and the why, and you sell the how. You give away the what and the why, but you sell the how. All right. What, why, and how. All right. And let's go through this. What is it? Why you need it? And then how do you do it, or do you do it for them? What is it? What do they need? Why do they need it? And how do they do it, or do you do it for them? The what, the why, and the how. You give away the what and the why, but the how is the secret formula. And that's what most people sell. So if you look at most online courses, right, they'll tell you what the course is about. Facebook ads mastery. That's what it's about. Why do you need that? So you can create and drive more sales. How do you do it? You got to pay me to find out how to do it. And a lot of times the how is more complicated than the what and the why. So you can't put all of that content up on there, and to be quite honest, like for example, my Brand Builder Academy Elite program, which is a 14 module program. I tell you what the what is creating an e-commerce brand. Why? Because you can build passive income. How? I can't sit here and tell you how in 30 minutes. That's why it's 14 modules. And so many times the how is the part that you pay for because it's so intense teaching you or doing it for somebody. So once again, step 5 is giveaway. You give away the what and the why and you sell the how. That's an old formula. What and the why and you sell the how, okay? And the last step number 6 is meet. And MEET, all right? Not meat like steak, MEET. You need to meet the prospective customer where they are in their buying process. Meet the prospective customer where they are in their buying process. So many times, and I'll give you the there's either 4 or 5 stages of the buying process. Some people have it at 4, some people have it at 5, but I'm just going to give you the 5 stages of the buying process. And so if you're not meeting that person with content at the correct stage of the buying process that they're in, they're not going to hear you, they're not going to see you, and they're not going to listen to you. All right, so meet the prospective customer where they are in the buying process. So stage number 1 in the buying process is problem recognition. Stage number 1 in the buying process is problem recognition. Now, once again, this doesn't apply to everything. Okay, because if you want to buy a new pair of shoes, that's not a real problem. Okay, you're not really solving a problem except that, I want a new pair of shoes. But stage number 1 is problem recognition. Identify their problem with an ad or piece of content, which could be an article. So identify their problem with an ad or a piece of content or an article. So if you're selling massage therapy, right? What's the problem? Can't sleep at night, muscles tense, neck hurt, blah, blah, blah. So problem recognition. So you have to identify that problem of your prospective customer. Stage 2 of the buying process is information gathering. Okay, provide quality content or information for that prospective customer if they're in that stage. So stage 1 is they recognize the problem. So you need to speak to them and let them know that you recognize their problem. Hey, I know your neck is sore. I know you can't sleep. That's why I'm going to give you this content that's going to help you with this massage therapy. All right, so stage 1, problem recognition. Stage 2, information gathering. So when a lot of times we're online searching for stuff, we're gathering that information. We'll see an article. We'll type in whatever information we want, and then we'll start looking for those solutions for that. So that's stage 2 of the buying process. Problem recognition, information gathering. Stage 3 is the evaluation process. You're now evaluating all of that information that you got. Should I go with this brand or that brand? Should I buy from this store or that store? Give them a realistic solution with your product or service. So evaluating the solutions or evaluating the options. Should I buy this Serta bed or should I buy this whatever another good brand of beds? So which brand should I buy? Now, stage 4, the purchase phase. That's when people make the final decision. And so you want to make people feel confident with their purchase. So a lot of times I'll see things, and it's just real psychology, basic psychology. Somebody buys something. I had to change this. Instead of saying thank you for buying, I say congratulations for purchasing this. I'm validating that purchase. When I say thank you for buying, it's like they're doing me a favor. But now I say congratulations. You're now on your way to whatever that transformation is. And so it's all about the verbiage. So the purchase phase, make them feel confident with their purchase. And that's exactly what this guy did. And I'm going to go through this case study once I give you all of these stages. And that's what he did. Congratulations, you're now on your way to starting your spice business, And he reiterated pretty much everything that I needed to hear to validate or make me feel comfortable in my purchase of $24.99 for 2 pieces of paper. All right. And stage 5 of the buying process is the post-purchase phase, which at that point, you got them on the database and you continue to market to them and add value by the content and information that you put out. All right. So, and once again, I'm just going to go through these real quick. Meet the prospective customer where they are in their buying process. Stage 1 of the buying process is the problem recognition. Stage 2 is information gathering. Stage 3 is evaluating solutions. Stage 4 is the purchase phase. Stage 5 is the post-purchase phase. Now, just want to remind you guys again to sign up for the BEB Lifestyle newsletter. Just go to BEB Connect, sign up for the newsletter, and you'll get all of the show notes. Comes out on the Mondays, the Monday newsletter. All of the show notes will be here. So if you're in your car, if you're working out, you're running or jogging or whatever, you can't write any of this stuff down, make sure you go to the BEB Connect and sign up for the BEB Lifestyle newsletter, which comes out every Monday and Thursday. And Monday's edition always has the show notes. Okay, so today we're talking about how to sell 2 pieces of paper for $24.99 and create passive income. And the whole concept of this show came because I actually bought 2 pieces of paper for $24.99 and was happy that I did so. Now, before I do the case study section, and I'm going to give you everything that actually went on in my transaction with buying these 2 pieces of paper, I just want to share all my social media contact information and my resource links. So at the top of the show, I mentioned my new book is out, A New Black Wall Street, Circulating the Black Dollar Worldwide by Building Successful E-Commerce Businesses. So if you're interested in building a successful, sustainable e-commerce business, go to anewblackwallstreet.com. Pick yourself up a copy, $14.95 for the print version, $9.95 for the digital version. Now, if you need additional assistance building your successful, sustainable e-commerce business, my new Brand Builder Academy Elite flagship program, pound for pound, one of my best standalone programs. You can go to bbaelite.com and put in the coupon code BBAELITE100 to save $100 off the program. This is a 14-week implementation program that takes you from 0 to 100 in starting and building a successful brand, an e-commerce brand, be it a digital products brand or a physical products brand. Go to bbaelite.com. Now, I mentioned also at the top of the show 2 platforms I created to help circulate dollars in the worldwide black economy. The first one is besmartbyblack.com. Now, if you are a black product producer and you're looking to sell your products to black consumers worldwide, upload your product information to besmartbyblack.com. It is free. So you have nothing to lose and you can connect with black consumers worldwide that want to buy your product. Now, all you freelancers, I didn't forget about you. So if you do anything on Fiverr.com or Freelancer.com, I created HireBlackFreelancers.com, HIRE BlackFreelancers.com. So once again, it is free. Upload your information and you can connect with black consumers and black business owners that want to hire black freelancers. Now, also, guys, don't forget my new rebranded, rebooted Black Entrepreneur Blueprint Academy is up and is running, and we're doing crazy good stuff in there, guys. So you can go to bebacademy.com. You get 5 free days of access to everything in the academy, all my online programs, all my trainings, the masterminds, everything. So it's 5 days free, so you have nothing to lose. It's try before you buy. So if you're interested in any of the content that's in there, go and take it. 5 days free. Test it out. See if you like it. If you don't like it, you have the option to opt out after 5 days, but it is free. Go to bebacademy.com. Now, I know that's a mouthful, but you can go to bebconnect.com, and that's a page on my website that has all of the resource links that I just talked about. Now, let me give you my social media contact information real quick. Anything long, family, please don't DM me like 3 pages, right? Anything long, hit me on my email, jjones@blackentrepreneurblueprint.com. That's JAYJONES @blackentrepreneurblueprint.com. Facebook, Black Entrepreneur Blueprint. Twitter, jjones001, JAYJONES001. Instagram, jjones for real. That's JAYJONES, the number 4, REAL. Also have a second Instagram page, Black Entrepreneur Blueprint. So they have a lot of similar stuff, but J Jones for real is the primary. Black Entrepreneur Blueprint is there, obviously, because that's just all about the BEB family. Next, if you want to connect with me on YouTube, make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel, family. Go to YouTube, type in Black Entrepreneur Blueprint, hit that subscribe button. I have additional content on YouTube that is not on the show. And yes, the show does come out on YouTube every week. LinkedIn, connect with me there. Just type in J Jones, Black Entrepreneur Blueprint. Link up with me on LinkedIn. And if you're on Clubhouse, make sure you follow me on Clubhouse. I'm about to start dropping some weekly stuff on Clubhouse at I am J Jones, So follow me on Clubhouse. Once again, family, all of this stuff is at bebconnect.com. You'll have the links to all the resources I talked about and my social media contact information. Within the next couple of weeks, guys, I told you I'm rebranding my website. It's going to be a total rebrand. So all you're going to have to do at that point is go to blackentrepreneurblueprint.com, and it's going to take you on a personalized journey through the website and direct you to resources and content that you're specifically looking for. So once again, get ready for that. I'll let you guys know when that launches. Now let's get back to today's show, how to sell 2 pieces of paper for $24.99 and create passive income. So now I'm just going to reiterate my personal case study where I bought those 2 pieces of paper for $24.99. So I talked about the 6 steps: identify, understand, recognize, create, give away, and meet. And I'm going to use my specific example for that. So identify, problem, solution, result, scenario. So the gentleman identified my problem. I wasn't sure how to proceed with my spice business. Was I going to use a co-packer? Was I going to do my own small manufacturing? Or was I going to do private label? So once again, he identified the problem, solution, result, scenario. Number 2, he understood that he was saving me time and money by providing a list of vetted co-packers. So number 2 is understand that you're either selling transformation, saving people time, or saving people money. So basically, he understood that he was saving me time, and with saving time, he was saving me money by providing a list of vetted co-packers specifically for what I was trying to do. Most entrepreneurs value time as their greatest commodity. So if you're able to save time, that means you're going to be able to make more money if you leverage that time savings wisely. Now, step 3, recognize. Recognize the price versus value seesaw. So he recognized the price of the product versus the value. The value of that $24.99 outweighed the price. So that 2 pages, the list of co-packers and 20 questions to ask co-packers, outweighed the $24.99 price. And so it was a no-brainer for me. I'm saving time, which is going to save me money. And to me, basically, that was the value. All right. Number 4, create relevant content for your prospects. So he created relevant content for me with all of the YouTube videos. Now, out of the 800 videos, maybe 4 or 5 pertain to me. But he created the content that I needed, the free content. Remember I talked about what, why, and how? The what and the why is free. The how is what you pay for. Now, number 5, he gave away, right? And that's really what the what, why, and how is. Give away the what and why and sell the how. And that's what he did. He gave away the videos, the what and the why. And once again, he sold the how or how to. All right. In this case, it was where. Where did I go to contact those resources? But y'all understand what I'm saying. And number 6, meet. Meet the prospective customer where they are in the buying process. So he met me at every stage of the process. I'm going to be honest with you. He met me at the problem recognition, which is stage 1. He met me at stage 2, which was the information gathering. So he provided that quality content. He met me at stage 3, evaluating the solutions. Really, I couldn't find too many other solutions to evaluate. Stage 4, the purchase phase, I purchased it. Obviously, in stage 5, the post-purchase phase, I've gotten several emails from him subsequent to my purchase. And so that was my experience, basically, spending $24.99 for 2 pieces of paper. And so normally, and I wasn't sure, guys, what the title of today's show was going to be. It was going to be something like how I spent $24.99 for 2 pieces of paper. But I didn't think that was catchy enough. So I decided to make it how to sell 2 pieces of paper for $24.99 and create passive income. So some of the things that he's done, and I always talk about content and working like you're a media company. So that content that he has out there, those videos are evergreen content. Once again, I think that video, the first video I saw was 1.5 years, almost 2 years old. Then he had a more recent one, and then he had a couple others that were more recent. But what happens was I was looking for the content. I found the content organically. He's not paying for traffic. So I guarantee you with 800 videos out there for his business, he's probably not paying for traffic at all. And so that's why I talked about in the previous show, owned media, earned media, and paid media. Owned media is media that you create. It could be videos on YouTube, blog posts, white papers, whatever. Owned media. Earned media is when people share your content. It's good enough for share. So a newspaper may pick something up that you wrote if you wrote a blog post, or people are sharing your social media post. And paid media is when we pay to advertise on platforms like Facebook, Instagram, or whatever. So, or native advertising. Owned, earned, and paid. So owned media is free, except your creation cost of the content. Earned media is also free because people are sharing the content you already created. And then there's paid media. But if he has 800 videos out here, I want the light bulb to go off, family. If he has 800 videos, now, once again, it's over time. He's probably generating so much traffic and selling so many different products and services just off of that content that is crazy. So that's why I say, guys, understand what business you're in. You're in the marketing business. I don't care what we sell. We're all in the marketing business. So recognize and understand that. So the more content that you can put out that meets people where they are in the buying stage or the buying process, the more you're going to be able to convert those prospects into customers. And this is a perfect example. And once again, I've been following this guy probably when I started the concept of the Spice Company. I had been following him probably about 2 to 3 months before I made this purchase. So I knew he was there. I was watching videos. I was doing additional research, but I wasn't ready at that time initially. So him having all of that content, and I'll tell you, I probably watched one of the videos about 4 or 5 times. And he was giving resources in the videos, which I connected with some of those resources. But the main resources, he gave me the what and the why and a little bit of the how. But for what I needed, I had to pay $24.99 for the how and the where. Where do I go to find reputable co-packers for my product? And so, once again, you give away the what and the why and you sell the how. So you can use that concept in any type of business. All right? What and the why, but they pay for the how. Because most times the how is showing somebody how to do something or done for you, doing it for you, takes more time and you're not able to go as in depth. So once again, on my flagship course, Brand Builder Academy Elite, you know what it is. I'm going to tell you why you need it. But in order to do it, the how, that took 14 modules, 14 weeks. And so I couldn't just sit there and do that and say, this is how you do it. So, but what and the why, and you sell the how. So I hope you guys kind of understood what I'm talking about today, and think about how you can implement this same concept in your business. Now, once again, stop making entrepreneurship so hard. Problem, solution, result. Identify the problem, solution, result scenario. Step 2, understand you're either selling transformation, you're either saving people money or saving people time, or a combination of the three. Step number 3, recognize the price versus value seesaw. Step 4, create relevant content for your prospects. Step 5, give away the what and the why and sell the how. And number 6, meet the prospective customers where they are in the buying process. And the 5 stages of buying are problem recognition, stage 1. Stage 2 is information gathering. Stage 3 is evaluating solutions. Stage 4 is purchase phase. Stage 5 is post-purchase phase. And so, once again, if you want to get the notes, go to the website, go to BEB Connect, and you'll see BEB Lifestyle Newsletter. And all of this content in terms of the actual show notes will be there for you. It's a free newsletter that drops every Monday morning and Thursday morning, twice a week. Now, before I close on out, like I always do, family, I got to thank the BEB family. As always, each week we get more and more downloads. Please continue to spread the word about the podcast and the blog, because it's really a movement. And please continue to support everybody that's on the platform. You know, I get a ton of requests to be on the show, and I have to go through and vet people and make sure I put the best guests, or the guests that I think align best with BEB, because I want to bring everybody on here that, you know, that they're super powerful people and they're doing tremendous things. And it doesn't matter what stage of business they're in, be it a multi-million-dollar business or a new startup. I just want to give you guys some variety and give you guys some quality people that you can support on the platform. You know, somebody asked me, or they said, you know what, man, you should monetize your podcast by charging people to be on here. Nah, bro, it don't work like that. I said, then that's like me being bought. Nobody that's on this platform paid to be on the platform. People reach out to me and I reach out to certain people and I bring them on the platform because I think there'll be a benefit to the BEB family, and they have a story that hopefully can touch you in some form or fashion, because certain people respond to different things. I've had probably about 8 to 10 people that sell physical products that are in major retail stores, but one person may connect with you better than another person. But the whole idea is to make sure that we can understand that this is possible. We can elevate our entrepreneur IQ. We can look to somebody to emulate. You listen to the stories about people losing everything, their homes, their cars, and then bouncing back and rising up to be in all of these different store chains and to be successful. And so the whole concept is to let everybody that's a listener know that this is possible. It doesn't matter where you come from. Doesn't matter what your background is. You can always elevate. You know, you can't control where you come from. Some people come from an impoverished background. Some people come from a middle class background. Some people come from a wealthy background. It doesn't matter where you start, it's how you finish. So we can't control that. So wherever you are, you know, I get a lot of people that, you know, have come out of the penal system that I talk to. And I love my brothers and sisters that come out of the penal system because they understand the opportunity. And a lot of times it's hard for them to get, you know, gainful employment with somebody else. So they have to do their own thing. And so when I see brothers and sisters and they reach out to me coming out of situations like that, man, I love that because I try to help them as much as I can. And I also try to connect them with people that I think can help them based on what they're trying to do. So once again, family, this is a movement. It's about building an economic power base in the Black community. I say it each and every week. Thank you, guys. I couldn't do it without you. More and more downloads every episode. Literally every episode, I'm looking at the stats and there's more and more downloads. So please continue to spread the word about the podcast, the blog, the movement itself. Love you guys, and I'll see you same time next week. Peace.